Please get ready for the passage. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, I rise to raise a discussion under Rule 176 on the serious situation arising out of the deterioration of the finances of the states and unsustainable debt burden of such states leading to severe curtailment on development activities. Sir, the leader of opposition has pointed out that in many states we have engineers, but there is no fund for construction or maintenance. We have doctors, but there are no medicines. He said that there are a large number of teachers in various schools, but there are no school buildings. We have a large army of class 3rd and class 4 employees with no productive work. This is nothing but the manifesto of the opposition party to have a dig at the ruling party. What I am quoting is from this document which has been published by the Planning Commission. It has been stated in the draft approach paper for the 10th plan prepared by the Planning Commission and debated and discussed in the National Development Council. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, perhaps it is enough to indicate the state of finances of the state governments. I am thankful to you and to the leader of the House for giving me this opportunity to raise a discussion on this subject because nowadays in Parliament we devote less and less time on substantive issues. At one point of time, when the state finances were in a difficult situation, we used to look to the center. After all, in our federal structure, the central government is there and they would be in a position to come to the rescue of the states. But what I find over the years is the financial position of the center has also reached an alarming situation. I am not going into the whole series of figures and statistics. The combined negative balance from the current revenue of all the states and the center put together has been in a very dismal position. The other day, the leader of the House and the Honorable Finance Minister very correctly pointed out that the Government of India was seized of the problems and that he was having discussions with the state chief ministers and trying to evolve a solution to ensure that this type of precarious conditions were avoided. One of the experienced finance ministers of a state government has identified four critical issues because of which the states have come to this state. One is the implication of the Fifth Pay Commission, and here, most respectfully, I must submit to the Honorable Finance Minister that this is a plain question which is staring at our face. We also had set up a pay commission. I think the third pay commission was set up during my time, and my colleagues sitting on my left are still criticizing me for the decisions I took both on the pay commission and on the finance commission. During my interactions with the pay commission's chairman and also with the labor representatives, I said very categorically that they may demand a huge pay hike, but my capacity to pay them is not much, and I cannot offer a substantive hike in the pay pockets. But what has happened subsequently? I would not mention the names of union finance ministers, but what was recommended by the pay commissions was further improved. You might be very popular with employees of the government, but you should have anticipated and visualized the situation that you were going to create as a result of this. The second area of concern, according to one of the state finance ministers, is the facilities that you have given to certain states, and many of the states are demanding that the same facilities should be extended to them. To be very frank, Mr. Vice Chairman, I do not subscribe to that type of remedy. To my mind, the remedy will be worse than the disease. The finance minister and the prime minister both have resorted to the unlimited power of borrowing. The whole problem has arisen because of the unlimited power of borrowing, which has resulted in deficit financing. We have never looked at Article 292 or 293 of the Constitution, which was inserted in the Constitution of India 52 years ago. We put our total trust and confidence in the executive. At one point of time, I had very strongly defended the executive and said that the executive should be trusted. Parliament did not make any law of putting a ceiling on the borrowing. If I remember correctly, no state government has passed a law in its legislative assembly under Article 293 to put a ceiling on its borrowing. However, there is a check. Every state government is indebted to the central government, and there is a liability. There is some outstanding amount. So, as per the provisions of Clause 3 of Article 293, no state government can go on borrowing without the central government's permission. But there is no limit that you have put here. If there is no legal limit, at least have some self control so that this type of financial anarchy is not allowed, if I may say so.